And welcome to the Champ Is Here podcast. And I am Kevin Kartier alongside my compatriots
Colico McGee,
Arther Sinclair,
Korian Padget,
Stevie Boy Smith, the White Meat Babyface.
And we're here for a special edition. Our reaction to the WWE pay-per-view Payback that we just got done watching. And I guess overall, guys, we're just going to start with just broad strokes. But overall, what did you think of the show?
Pretty decent show.
B plus.
Pretty decent show. I'll give it a solid B, no plus.
Okay.
it was alright.
Yeah, I would say I give maybe a C plus.
Yeah, C.
I give a C
Exceeded
plus.
expectations. That's why I got a B plus for me.
Yeah.
It was a B show, but it exceeded my expectations, so it gets the plus.
Yeah, I feel like I had kind of low expectations and it over-delivered, which is always pleasant whenever something over-delivers.
it is.
Definitely. It wasn't an A, but it just didn't deserve a B plus in my opinion. A B is very good, very good.
There's a lot of other ways they could have screwed this pay-per-view up, and they didn't.
Right,
So, I think they won in that sense.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and we'll dive into the matches. Oh, and first of all, I guess we have to say congratulations to Korian, right, for having the most correct predictions, being the champ right now. So, I know you look forward to Dunn will send you the belt.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, we didn't put the belt right there.
Next episode, the big goal.
The big goal will be there. Well, no, probably not. Probably not. He's coming down Friday, so he'll probably just bring it with him. So.
Okay, so we'll see it though. We'll see what we can
Coming
do.
soon.
Coming soon.
We might be able to make it to where he can be on the show too.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
that would be nice. But okay, so the first match of the show on the pre-show was the tag match, the Real Skies in the Room versus the Club, and it wasn't like a landslide, but most people picked Real Skies in the Room to win, which they ended up doing. So what do you guys think of the match overall? I mean, to me, it was pretty typical tag team.
No.
Yeah, nothing
Pre-show
really stood
match,
out.
I mean-
Pre-show, yeah. It's going to warm your eyeballs up for the main show. That's all it was. Nothing special.
I think the most shocking thing was
that
that
Enzo got the pin.
Yeah.
That was the most shocking
I
thing.
mean, maybe they're going for a run with him. Maybe. I
Well, he's
mean,
been eating pins for a while now. So.
yeah, man. But I mean,
So is this going to be a continuing feud between the two? Because, I mean, without getting too deep into what happened later in the show, it looks like the tag team title scene is going to be a little tied up for
quite a little while.
I mean, I would say at least the foreseeable future. So does this mean like it's
At least
gonna
until
be a
Great Balls of
continual thing?
Fire, right?
well, I mean, maybe there's a multiple team.
We'll see. You
Match
know, I don't
coming
know. A
to-
6-man tag that would be, or three. I don't know. 3-way tag that would be.
I mean, okay. But what does this mean for the club? Is the club on the way down, or
I think the club's cool enough. I think they'll get into it with maybe a becoming tag team.
Should they
maybe
have been traded to SmackDown and paired with AJ Styles?
Maybe they joined the Titus brand, like I mentioned earlier.
or they could always do the thing with Finn too later too. So I guess that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
We'll
They-
see.
they have
we'll see.
multiple options.
They have options.
I think that was more indicative.
I got high
of
hopes at least for their options.
Those guys in the room, though. I think that was more indicative of them than that
So you think
win.
they're heating them up? Then this is.
I mean, that's all I could think of. I mean, they were at one point they were very over. I mean, Enzo's.
They still are with certain circles like this guy. And, I mean, I'm always happy to see them get the W, so I'm happy for them.
So, were you shocked that Enzo got the win?
The pin.
A little bit, yeah. Because, to be honest, I don't like their finisher move where Cass throws Enzo.
Right,
I think
it's
it's a
like
little
boom,
corny,
shakalaka.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm used to just seeing Cass hit the hot tag, hit the big boot. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It was nice, though.
Okay. All right.
Well, all right. So that leads us to the next match, which was the first match on the main card, and that was surprisingly, if you ask me, it was the United States Championship match, which is like Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. With the provision,
Ex-best friends.
Well, ex-best friends, with the provision that if Chris Jericho were to win, that he's going to go to SmackDown. So this match was overwhelmingly Kevin Owens. We slanted that way. Only two out of like
people.
7 people picked
Y2J.
Y2J, and after a pretty physical match, I mean, they gave him a long time. It felt like for the opener.
Seemed like it.
They Chris
Not
Jericho
so
won with
much.
he made him tap out if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he did. Put him in the walls, baby.
Had him breaking.
Okay, so you're a Kevin Owens guy, right? Or no, you're a Jericho guy.
I'm a Jericho-holic.
So
please do never say that to me again.
Well, what did you think of the match then?
I thought it was good. I didn't pick Chris Jericho. I'm kind of sad about that, but I mean,
And you just said you're Jericho.
Yeah,
but it's because he's such
you're a Jericho-holic, but every time you pick him,
hey guys, we had this conversation.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, you had him and you didn't pick him.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, it's to be expected. Kevin Owens is being such an arrogant little jerk with his Canadian
So why'd you pick him?
Because keep his steam going. Keep his steam going.
Well, Jericho got the win, right?
So, all
right, well, what do you think, Mr. Sinclair? What do you think of the match? The opener of the show, Payback. It's a tone setter.
I think it's you could argue that was match of the night almost. You could argue.
Really?
That.
Oh wow!
I mean, it was a
good match.
It was a pretty good. I mean, it was a really good match. And then the ending, no one. I don't think. I mean, really. I mean, like you said, 2 out of 7 of our guys picked. I mean, 2 out of 7 picked it. I wasn't one of the ones that picked it. I flip flopped back on. I flip flopped and I thought, they're going full tilt with the face of America.
Yeah.
Luckily they're not, because I really didn't. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Owens, but he's for somebody else, and luckily Jericho won tonight, and we'll see what they do with that now.
Okay, and then what do you think over here, McGee?
The match was alright. I mean,
nothing stands.
Yeah, nothing stood out. Well, I mean, we talked most of the time, so it was like.
So you weren't sold on either guy. Yeah,
you were one of the few people that took Chris Jericho. So to use his old hat, you already knew who was going to win, right? So,
like you said, setting the tone. I think it kind of did set the tone for the pay-per-view because it set it up in the sense of surprises.
Yeah.
Nobody really expected Jericho to win.
Well, that and everyone, not everyone, but most people here expected the tag match to start the show.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
Well, let me ask you guys this: if I'm correct, Jericho's on his way to touring, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
rumor?
always up in the air with him.
Well, look. Check this out. I just thought of this.
Losing in a rematch.
Maybe,
SmackDown.
but I thought
Good
Owens
point.
was coming to Raw now.
No, Owens
Wow,
is
they're
staying.
both-
Owens is
they're
staying on
both.
SmackDown.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
so
All right, well, follow me here. Maybe Jericho, won the belt just to, drop it and then go on tour. Because, Jericho doesn't mind doing the job. He is
That's a good
That's
point.
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably on SmackDown.
We're going to try to elevate this feud with Owens
Yeah.
and
can
keep
see
the
that, yeah.
keep the U.S. title in
Or some new guy.
visible. Yeah.
It's not going to be Apollo Crews, though.
Oh, no.
But,
Cruz is on other shows.
So, what would you give the match then?
That match, I'll probably give it a B. A B.
What you think?
C.
C plus.
Wow. I'm giving it a B plus.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay. I give it a solid B. I give it a solid B because the ending had me. The ending.
So
had
you
me.
go from a C plus
Yeah,
to
yeah,
a
yeah,
B.
let's
his
see.
opinion from now on.
You ain't gonna.
You ain't not lying.
Okay, so the next match after that was Neville versus Austin Aries, if I'm not mistaken, right, for the Cruiserweight title, which this could have, to me, been the sleeper match of the night.
A little bit.
Very hard hitting. Kind of was foreshadowing what we'd see later in the night when it comes to hard hitting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Neville didn't lose the title, but Austin Aries won because there was a spot where he, I think it was like a German suplex or something off the top rope, right? And he rolled into the last chancery.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Power
Yeah.
bomb?
It was a power bomb.
Yeah,
it was a power bomb.
It was something, a power move, and he rolls into the
and
last
he bridges
chancery.
it. Yeah, he bridges
And
it.
he has
Yeah,
Neville in
chancery.
that hold, and Neville's reaching
The
for the
last chancellor.
ropes.
Oh, he
And
starts
he
to grab
finally
at the ref.
grab at the ref,
Yeah.
and he tosses the
Threw him
ref,
over.
and
And it results in the disqualification.
Right,
So
right.
Austin Aries gets the W in the record books, but Neville leaves with the title. So what y'all think of the match? I mean, because this is obviously leading to a third match between the two guys.
yes.
It was entertaining. I think it was better than the first match.
I agree.
Yes,
I mean, it
yeah.
felt like it was less rushed. They gave it more time to breathe.
And
kind
I'm
of stuff
happy
like
it wasn't
led
on the
us to
pre-show.
story. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you give the match then?
I'd give that match a B.
Okay, so what do you think of the match?
I liked it. I give it a B. I think Aries is starting to get Neville's number a little bit, and
Right.
Neville.
I think that's match.
clear.
Neville,
Yeah.
It is.
Neville
That's
had to
clear.
do the cheap heel move to win. So we see he's kind of
Well, this
nervous
is
now.
the second time he's had
Yeah,
to.
you're right. You're right.
First match,
Thumb
he
in the
raked
eye.
his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thumb in the eye. I mean,
Aries
I'm not gonna argue this
continues
is a good thumb in the eye.
continually gets the best of Neville, but doesn't get the W. So one of these days,
Yeah, I'm
we're
going
gonna
with
we're gonna see Aries
solid B.
Yeah.
Solid B for this match, for all the same reasons.
Although, what do you think?
I would give it a B minus. I liked it. I'm not a very big fan of Neville, but he's come along With
So you're an Austin Aries guy, or
I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of Austin Aries. I don't think I like about him is honestly his jacket that he wears to the entrance. I mean, that he wears on the from his entrance. But I'm a big fan of Neville. I'm glad Neville retained the title. I'm glad that the way he did it. Even
Aries
I think having him as a heel is like really. Hopefully, it sets the division up to do greater things in the future.
Okay.
Before we go on to the first next match, did we get grades for that first match?
We did.
We did.
Yeah.
In zone cast, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You're fine.
Okay.
Jericho and Owens we did too. Remember, I picked the same one as you.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh no! Well, you changed yours.
You flamed me for it.
I didn't. He did.
Cheap heat, guys.
But,
pick on the baby face.
Anyway, the tag title match was next, correct?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Hardys versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
Okay, I'll go first on that if you don't mind. That match,
It was
pretty good. Pretty good. If I had to grade it, it was A+.
dude. Yeah.
And that match
A+.
had a lot of psychology.
I'm gonna say A+. I'm gonna say A.
Dude, I'll say
I'm gonna say an A. But
Like, dude lost a
But
tooth.
yeah, it was very hard hitting. The Hardys got ragdolled.
the Hardys
The
got beat
whole
most of the match.
time.
Matt was bleeding from the eye.
We thought Jeff got the worst.
Jeff
of it.
had
Matt gets in the ring.
Jeff had the laces on his forehead from
And then-
from Sheamus.
And then to top it all off,
He
at
got
the end of the
fucking
match,
literally.
Yeah,
the Hardys, the veteran experience shows through. Their chemistry. They're able to pull off the match and get the win. And at the very end, we get a heel turn.
Yeah.
Cesaro and Sheamus turn heel, and then at the end of the match, man, Cesaro had Jeff in a turnbuckle, and he just cocoon.
making him hug it, man.
And then next thing you know, Sheamus comes over there with a broke kick.
Broken in the back of the head.
Golly.
Well, it's like we've seen enough already. They got beat up enough in the ring.
And Cesaro said, "That's not enough.
Yeah.
I can do more. I can do more."
And he did. I mean, he did.
He's done a
So
lot more.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Definitely an A, just for once you realize Jeff Hardy's tooth is knocked out of his face, and then you see him searching for it in the corner. When he's tagged out looking for it, where did it go?
it's not there anymore. So
Pretty
Gone.
brutal. So, what y'all think? What'd you give the match? What'd you give it?
This is an A.
yeah,
So A, at least A's all around. So yeah, this was probably the standout of the night. I think it'd be
Yes.
safe to
Definitely,
say.
yeah.
And we're looking forward to the next chapter in this feud. I'm guessing, right?
yes.
So was this beat down? Is this what's going to lead to the Hardys becoming broken now?
I was thinking just the same thing.
Yeah,
you know?
they definitely are.
Physically broken, yes. So we'll see
And
what
it's
happens.
Going to manifest itself
Yeah.
mentally, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. I would like to see something like that. More twisted, twist of fate for the Hardys.
Just stop. Just stop.
He's trying, bro.
He's
trying.
Strongest brand in the land.
But if I'm not mistaken, after that, wasn't the next match? Was it the women's match? Or was it Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins?
It was Bailey.
I think it's
Yes.
women's.
Yeah. The women.
Bailey, so what's those 3 title matches in a row? Wow. So yeah, if Bailey and Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship, and it's Bailey's hometown,
No.
and if I'm not mistaken, after a pretty hard hitting match, Alexa Bliss walked away with the Raw Women's Championship.
She did, indeed.
So what's that say about the company's faith in Alexa Bliss?
It says
Second
a
best
lot.
woman in the company.
Dude,
right
yeah,
now.
I was gonna say she's
Behind
skyrocketed
She has
right now.
cemented her status as that's high praise for
Well,
Bailey.
I was gonna
From
say-
Bailey coming beating her.
She's like the female. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, she's like the female Braun Strowman in the sense of she's taken. It seems like she's taken to it very quickly, and the more they give her, the more she's able to adapt.
And she can talk.
Yeah, that's what
I mean,
That's what
like
makes her so
everything,
fierce.
Like
is
her
her
character
charisma.
work.
Yeah.
It's her character work. Yeah, she's confident. Like the more they give her, because think
The
about
best
it,
she does.
There's a lot of people that they don't even really let do pre-taped promos, and she's out there with a live mic in front of like people starting the show some nights, at least on SmackDown and
Agreed.
stuff. So I mean, again, like the more you give her, the more she's able to take to it and thrive. So it's refreshing, man. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah, she hasn't really failed a test yet that WWE's given her. So
And her work rate's kept
Oh
up.
yeah.
And again, man, a very hard hitting match. I mean, at one point it looked like Bailey hit
That
Alexa
knee.
with like a Kinshasa.
Yeah.
knee.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
I
she
thought-
hit her
I
with the
thought that was
elbow
it.
too.
Yeah, the Randy Savage elbow.
That
I
was
thought that
brutal.
was it.
I did too.
So what would you give that match?
that was probably a B plus,
Yeah.
not A.
Yeah.
Just
B.
because again, like the
I
story
would
they
say a B
told.
plus. I would say a B plus.
I said A minus.
The only thing that rubs me the wrong way about it was it kind of ended abruptly, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was a DDT. Like people talk about how
DDTs aren't being sold.
Yeah,
I'm a big
stuff
guy
in
on
general.
selling, but yeah.
stuff in general is not sold like it used to be.
That
Yeah.
is
So is that her new finisher?
See, no, I think it was just it worked.
a means to an end.
Yeah. Well, we saw
We'll
Matt
see.
Hardy
Work in
get
the moment.
DDT'd earlier in the night, and he kicked out of it.
But he's also a veteran.
You're right. I don't know. That I flip
We saw
flop on
Jeff
that.
Hardy get punted in his tooth fly.
I
and he
flip
kicked
flop
out.
on the DDT thing. Is it a finisher or is it a very,
Well-
very, very strong?
Well,
in-ring
originally it
move?
was.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
that's a whole nother debate that
Yeah.
we can get into. So, but I think again that could have been one of the better matches. The tag match. That tag match was really
Tag
good.
match.
Yeah.
I had to follow
Vicious.
that too.
But it
Vicious.
shakes up the women's division. There's a new person on top, and
Definitely.
we're going to see who's going to step up now. Who is going to step up? Bayley lost. Is Sasha going to try to
Well,
get
Bayley's
the
going to
belt?
get a rematch.
She is.
Are they
She
saying that
is.
for the next pay-per-view, you guys?
Probably.
We'll find out more tomorrow night. But
You don't lose in your hometown and not get a
So
rematch.
what would you do? Let's play Booker here. What would you do with Alexa Bliss and Bayley?
Keep her on the route she's going.
Keep her
Oh,
beating.
well,
Keep
with
her.
Ba- with
keep
Bayley?
her stuffing Bayley, but let Bayley eventually get a W. But out and be the long-term champion. But Alexa's gonna be like Bayley's greatest foe. She could be her greatest foe.
see, I think Alexa should be the long-term champion.
See, I was gonna say they should. I felt like they should have let Alexa
I'm not
lose
sold
tonight
just yet.
and then let Nia. I think Nia at SummerSlam.
Because we
That's
got
the
I think Nia.
that's a sleeper
I
right
think,
there.
I think Nia at SummerSlam, but it should be Bayley.
And that could be the one that Alexa turns face
Right.
for.
Yeah, and
Because
that'd be-
I was about to say we
We're seeing the same
two
Alexa
for
at
sure.
SmackDown. To be honest, I mean, it's a shake up. So, but that's just me. That's just
it is, but it's also one of those things where she's such a strong character. Why not
Right.
use her where she's good and then get her over as a bad guy? Have her beat Bayley. Have her beat.
I mean,
whoever,
this
and
goes back
Nia
to-
comes for it, and then
This happened to Sasha though.
I was about to say,
wait,
we
wait,
have
Sasha.
two solid-
Sasha's not a baby face, man.
We
To
got
me, like, she's
Alexa
better on her.
Nia.
She's
Two
over
solid
the-
So
heels.
let Sasha and Alexa switch then. So
Yeah.
let Alexa work heel for a little bit. Sasha can still be babyface, and then eventually
But
they'll
People don't want to see Sasha babyface right
Sasha's
now.
a
People want to
better
see Sasha heel, man. Like,
heel,
like
but-
you hear the crowd. People
Yeah,
want to see
that's
Sasha
her-
heel.
but yeah, that's
You can
her
turn Alexa
personality.
sooner than later now that she has the belt. Have her finish this out this feud. Because the minute you put Alexa against Nia Jax, just aesthetically alone, people are going to sympathize for Alexa Bliss.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
anybody. That's anybody though.
Because
In its
she's- yeah.
division.
But that's why
But
Nia Jax
but
is
to
such
me,
a
it's
good.
exaggerated with
has-
someone like Alexa or Sasha because they're particularly small. Like it's harder to feel, like sympathy for
Charlotte.
For Charlotte or someone like Naomi, like big athletic, women. Like Alexa Bliss is like 5'1". You see her against Nia, it's like, oh no,
She's
the
gonna
white girl's
get-
about to get crushed. So. To me, it's just easier to
I mean, it's never. I mean, look what Kalisto stay last week. You never cut the underdog out or whatever. I'm a woman, so that's just me though.
All right.
But I'm thinking Bayley's probably gonna. It's gonna be one of those rematches tomorrow.
Yeah.
So okay, does Bayley get her rematch, and that's how Sasha turns heel about that by screwing her out of that?
I could also see that happening.
But see,
and that's the next feud, and then that's
So
where
you have
Sasha
three.
turns.
So you have,
Three solid heels.
Yeah,
on
with-
Raw.
and they. So
Bayley
I don't
from
know.
the face.
So we'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
I mean, you can always make Nia face if you wanted to too, man, and always play up the bullying.
I don't see. I don't.
I mean, but she just
I
got
don't
her
feel
footing
that
as a heel.
strongly
She just got her footing as a
I
heel.
don't
So
feel
you
like
don't
you
take her
need
out of
to
it. I mean, it just makes no.
makes
I mean,
everybody
again,
heel or face. It's about the belt, in my opinion.
Again,
so
understand that.
you don't need a black and white bad guy, black and white, or I'm sorry, black and white baby face or black and white heel. We just need it's shades of gray, right? It's for the belt, so
I mean,
everybody's
but
trying
you don't
to
have a
win,
character.
right?
I mean, at first you gotta create. You gotta get a character.
I'm gonna
first,
get some help. Well, I need help, but in the end, it's for the belt, right?
So I think
I don't know. I don't know about this whole heel turn and all that, but I would like to see Nia Jax do something. Do something.
So Nia Jax is the future that everyone thinks she's the future champion.
She has
I
a
think so.
bright.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
She's the
Maybe
champ-
she has a
a
very
future.
she has a
She's
very
future
bright
champ,
star.
but she's not the future.
So you don't think she's the champion waiting? Yes or no?
Right now, no.
No, not yet.
So, and by that I mean the one that takes it from Alexa.
No.
No.
What do you think?
I think she should be, or could be.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it'll be interesting because you can work either of these women either way. But heel or baby face. But okay, yeah. So that's it for this segment. Join us for the next segment. We're going to cover the top half of the card. It's going to be Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins, It's going to be Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in the House of Horrors match. We finally got our eyes on that. And it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the main of the event of the night. So join us in the next segment, and we're going to go ahead and let you know what we thought at Champ Is Here Show.
Champ Is Here Show.
At Champ Is Here Show.
At Champ Is Here Show.
The strongest brand in the line.
The champ is here!
And we're back to The Champ Is Here, and this is our WWE Payback special where we're talking about what we thought of the show, our reactions, and everything that happened. And we're going to pick up, we're going to pick up with Seth Rollins, the Kingslayer, versus Samoa Joe, which is, I guess it's like a carryover of the feud with the Authority and Triple H. And Samoa Joe even said in the build to this match that it's personal for what you did to Triple H and Stephanie. So, and we actually got it on the background right now, too. We'll start with you, McGee. What'd you think of Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins, especially after considering the last couple matches we've seen? You know, it's been one of those things where they've all been kind of building on the intensity of the one, you know, before it.
I have to say, this match really didn't do it for me. I'm not saying they didn't go out there and try. I mean, I just think that the chemistry.
I mean, they told the story of the knee and the leg.
Yeah.
That's about all they had, though.
But the thing about this, to me, again,
I mean,
maybe I was out of it again because I didn't see the point of being, slaying the king and then going down to a henchman. Again, it's one of those things. I mean, that's what they part. I mean, that's what they portrayed it as.
See that. But, I mean, it's kind of like Rollins.
I'm glad they kept it logical and they did let,
because Joe's still there. Joe's like, they're gonna have to acknowledge each other, and Joe's not just gonna like stand idly by and be like, yo, man.
But he did stand idly by. He did stand.
That's one of those things where I wasn't in charge of how they handled that, because I agree he should have. Again, he should have interfered. But
that's just my opinion. I give it I'll probably give it a C. Okay. I mean, average match.
I agree. Let's see. It was a good match. It was just like it was playing too much on the knee, and then like towards the end, he didn't even do a special.
He kind of stole one. I mean, in this match, he did. If I'm not mistaken, Joe had him in like a coquino clutch. Yeah. Seth Rollins did the classic roll through.
Yeah,
with the shoulders on the mat.
They haven't busted out the.
I mean, and I mean, to be fair, that takes leverage with your legs, and the whole time he's working on his legs. The whole match working on his legs, and that takes leverage from your legs.
I thought he flipped over though.
But your legs are the ones that's holding your body on him. To be fair, and again, I'm just saying
that's why he's the Kingslayer, man.
All right, what do you think, then, Steve?
I thought it was a solid C+. It didn't stun me or stun me. Nothing special. No wow factor really.
On paper, you would think these guys is going to be a little more
right.
Well, am I the only one? I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins got his tattoos either redone or he got another one. I know I'm not the only one who noticed that. He got new tattoos. I'm almost 100% positive, but.
I'm not looking that close.
See, that's why I give it a C+.
I'm gonna give it a B-. It just wasn't good enough to be a good B. I was gonna go C+, what he said C+, but B- just because it wasn't their best match. I felt like they could have definitely had way more.
And the way it ends, it feels like there's gonna be another match.
Yeah,
I think that's also been.
There's
gonna be another match.
And the way I looked at it going into this match, the reason why I picked Rollins to win was because if Joe wins, he automatically gets his payback or what he's fighting for.
Right.
You know, and I think with a lot of feuds, they kind of want him to draw on a little longer. So I think that's why Rollins won. They want to see this feud go on a little longer.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure that this is going to lead to another match, whether it's on Raw tomorrow night or it's going to lead to another blow-off match at the pay-per-view, at the next pay-per-view show. We'll see, but it's definitely going to have to be a gimmick, though, right? Like, they're going to have to add whether it's like a submission match.
It feels like Raw right now has so many moving parts and so many storylines.
That's your show, man. That's your show.
It is, and that's why it's better, because the roster is that much greater. But it's
so many moving parts, though.
It's lacking.
And this show didn't even have the Universal Championship.
They never even touch on it.
The only mention we hear of the Raw belt is Miz. That is it. It's literally non-existent. I want to ask you guys how you feel about. Oh, I'm sorry. Universal
I'm just gonna keep saying it
Championship.
to acknowledge it, just because we know
We know my
you're just
mistakes,
confused.
right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was a good match, but yeah, I feel like if anything, this match suffered the most on the card.
I kind of think this was one of the ones that it was just
Not a lot of hype, more or less like let's do it and get it
the
over.
crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd might have even been kind of tired at this point from being engaged in the last few.
Well,
matches.
and we're all still waiting for this Roman.
No, we were waiting for this House of
No,
Horrors
we-
match.
we-
That also.
I kind of agree with that. That's
Yeah.
a good segue. We were all waiting for what was the next match, if I'm not mistaken.
It
The House of
actually,
Horrors match.
the House of Horrors match actually started before this match.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They
Oh yeah,
did
the
show the
segment
tape
before.
part.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we'll get into that then. So the first half of the match was taped in advance, and it kind of in the same vein as what
Was
they
it
did
tape?
with the
Was it tape? Because I mean, Kartier came out looking. I mean, he had a scratch right here. Like it didn't like they could. Was it taped? Really?
It could have been taped
Yeah, they
today.
could have taped it earlier today.
Magic. I'm chalking it up to magic.
Okay.
Well, okay, so by WWE Universe Magic, so they were at the House of Horrors.
Yeah.
Randy Orton pulled up in a white JBL limousine without the horns. Literally he was in the
It was black. It was a black limo.
It was white.
Yeah, it was black.
No, it was
It
black.
was black.
No, it was,
It was
white.
black.
The first one was white.
I'm guaranteed it was white. I'm willing to bet.
He rolled in on a white one.
I guarantee you it was
When he
black.
rolled in at the
It was
arena,
black.
it was black.
Yeah, dude. I
When he
guarantee
pulled
you
up
was.
at the house,
I
no,
guarantee
That's
you
the
was
one
white. I
Bray
mean, it was
got
black.
into.
So
He
they had
rolled-
two different limos.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't.
They had two.
WWE Magic, I guess.
How do you give directions?
Magic's
for the
black.
House
Of course, Bray
Do you map quest House of Horrors on Google or do you
Yeah.
Google Maps it? What do you
Speaking of which,
It's
that
like-
house
it's
is
like-
up for sale now,
Yeah,
according to
yeah.
Troy.
Well, I was gonna say
Parts unknown.
It's like platform 10 3/4 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. You can only see it if you know about it.
Nah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're the expert. You've been. My bad.
Nah.
But
Well, my girl would. She's not going to let me live now, so I gotta
Right.
I
stand up.
apologize.
So, what did you guys think of the match?
3/4.
Definitely a B plus.
Well,
Well,
okay.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say so. The first half of the
Well,
match, because it's almost two distinct
yeah,
things. The
right.
first half of the match
it
was
was.
in the house. Randy Orton gets a refrigerator dropped on him. This is crazy as that sounds. And Bray Wyatt takes the limo. And then what I thought was kind of weird, he gets in the limo and says, "Take me to the arena." And, like, just I don't know, just
2 miles
very
down.
bizarre.
Yeah, again, it was
It just all felt very bizarre,
House
right?
of
a
Horrors
very-
is located in San Jose.
Right? Yeah, it's just like wait.
Because they made it apparent that it would take place at both locations. It was just very.
Or
Well,
Bray Wyatt
JoJo made it clear.
can travel through
Which he,
time and
which he
space.
was announcing it, like the match. But anyway, so the limo eventually pulls up, and Bray gets out, and he's really selling the physicality of
Yeah,
what happened
he's-
earlier. And he's all like kind of limping and staggering and dragging himself, and he shows up with this magical lantern that he always has. And when the lights turn back on after his signature entrance, there's Randy Orton
Right behind
waiting
him.
for
Out of nowhere.
with a chair.
And yeah, with a chair, and he gives a and I even made the point. And I wanted to say even about the limousine thing too. He doesn't normally wear elbow pads, and someone pointed out he's wearing
Yeah,
elbow
Randy
And
pads
Orton.
jeans.
Yeah.
And
with no shirt on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a house
He
of
travels
horrors. It's a
that
house of
way.
horrors. It's a house of
Travels
horrors.
that way.
You got to be prepared for everything.
I'll
Where was his helmet at?
I'll
Right?
say
Should have had the helmet.
I'll
It was in
say
the, it was in the limo. It was in the limo.
I'll
It was
say
in the
it
limo.
right now, guys. If Randy Orton doesn't have a shirt on, I am not interested. He has to have no. If he has a shirt on, I am not interested. I'm having none of that segment if Randy Orton doesn't have a shirt on.
I'm not looking at you.
I'm so
talking about
confused.
I'm
men.
not touching that subject.
Yeah. That's twice you done
You
made.
can only sell Randy Orton with no shirt. That's what I'm trying to
So,
say.
so anyway, after they get back in the ring,
My mom would.
I didn't know Baby was here.
My mom would agree with me.
So basically, yeah. So they get back in the ring, and it's looking like Randy Orton's on his way to a victory
Right.
when the Bollywood boys,
The Singh brothers,
show up. And
Yeah.
he dispatches of them relatively easily.
Very quickly.
Then the
Yeah.
big fish in the
Yes.
pond swims up.
The Maharaja.
The Maharaja, yeah.
Hard Body Mahal. Go ahead.
You're the
He-
Hard Body Mahal. fan.
He
You're
laid
day one.
he laid a beat down.
With what?
with what? The WWE.
The strap.
Yeah, with the belt.
The WWE
My bad.
title, not
Yeah,
the
with the
Universal
belt.
title.
Yeah,
Hit
don't
him with
pull
it
me.
multiple times. Hit him with it. He hit. Jinder Mahal hit Randy Orton with the WWE title.
Yeah.
About what, 4 times?
Yeah.
max?
Wait, well, he made sure also he stayed and watched and made sure.
Yeah,
Bray
he
Wyatt
made
finished.
sure.
After the strap.
Yeah.
It almost looked like he was enjoying the moment after he had Randy down for a
Well,
little bit.
speaking of enjoying the moment, did you guys enjoy the moment of seeing a SmackDown talent like invade.
Yeah,
a show
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Like, the crossover was that a cool little
Yeah.
like, thing for you?
Just
To
for
be
that.
honest, I
Just
really
for that.
I
Well,
really didn't notice
because
that.
they got that story. Though.
I thought the first half of the match, the House of Horrors, kind of really kept the Bray Wyatt lore alive and kept it, kept him.
Yeah,
legitimate that way.
once they got
But
into the ring,
they,
it was just
they had to intertwine the
Realism.
angle with. Yeah,
See,
with Jinder
I
and Randy, so I think it worked well. Jinder interfering in that, and the end of the match, but Bray Wyatt still getting the W over Randy.
I was the biggest fan of the the first part of the match. To
Well,
me, it was just a bit. I like the last part of the match because everything again they brought Jinder out like you said, like and
it
again,
all
like,
makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Bray gets the W, but it
yeah,
also makes
I mean,
sense for Randy.
yes, it just made sense. Like this time, like it's like okay.
So overall, what would you give it then?
Oh, that match was probably a C plus, man. Like,
Did it exceed your expectations?
to be honest, not really. I mean, like it was about what I thought. I'm glad that they again went like it was right. Like again, like
So they got it right.
Yeah,
so
they got it right.
So to you, it's right on the money. It's just
yeah,
right.
yes.
This
Again,
so
and it's not even that Bray won. It's just
the
it's
third
just,
bowl of porridge. Okay, so what did you think, McGee? What would you give the match?
see.
You give it a C?
I
was it better than you thought it would be?
Yeah, the first part with the house, like the scene in the house, I liked, but it fell off for me once they got into the
So
ring.
opposite of him.
okay, but
Yeah.
okay, time out. The fire.
Yeah,
somebody's
thank
gonna
you.
burn. Somebody's gonna
Thank
burn,
you.
and again, or something is, and they kept alluding, and they kept showing, and they
It would've
kept.
been nice for
My
And I'm
biggest
just saying.
complaint-
all you can do is bathe the house in red light and not set it on fire. You know,
I agree, because when he pulled off
Like,
in the limo, it would have been
we're waiting
it
for
would have been
it.
a more powerful striking image.
Again.
Had the house been on fire, and you could hear the
And then Randy got
I mean,
appeared out of
so-
nowhere.
I still give it a B plus because it exceeded my expectations. I enjoyed watching the match personally. I wasn't unhappy with any of it. There were some parts of hookiness, the tractor moving backwards.
I thought you enjoyed that. That was like your favorite part.
The hookiness, yes.
So what do you think of it, KP?
I give it a C plus, and the reason being, it was just a little the transition from the cinematic part to the ring part.
Yeah, it was.
That was kind of clunky.
But we were
but-
debating amongst ourselves how they were going to handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they did the best with what they could.
Would you have rather they have done what they did, which is realistic, or would they have done
The
what we're
teleportation?
talking about?
Well,
Yeah, and some weird teleportation.
Yeah. I like the
Exactly.
way they did it.
I feel like
When they were in the house, it kind of felt like a fight scene in a movie.
yeah.
Which I liked. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
And
some
then
I probably were going for it.
I enjoyed the part in the ring also.
Okay.
But it's just the
It felt
connection
flat.
of it. That's
All
what messed me
together
up.
as a whole.
That's what kept it from being like a B plus.
So does Randy and Brady just not have chemistry together?
I
Is
guess
that,
not.
Is that it?
That
No.
might be why they killed
Yeah.
this feud, man, because they invested so much time.
They invested
into building this.
so
Like,
much.
the
into
build
this.
was like so slow and steady, and then the payoff was just like, all right, boom, 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 boom.
One
Just like they
RKO.
rushed through it.
Yeah.
It's literally one RKO had defeated Bray Wyatt, and like that was
And all his
it.
projections and voodoo and
Like literally, I mean, but like he didn't hit a RKO tonight. Even to be fair, like, I don't think he
Yeah, he
hit
did.
No.
Did he hit one?
Yeah. When he got him in the ring.
He did, yeah.
He did. I'm
And
sorry.
they
And
came
yeah,
in
I'm
the
sorry.
same
You're right.
brothers.
He's 51. I'm sorry. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I was just excited to see
But
the Singh
still,
brothers.
it's kind of like
Sorry.
Bray carried that whole feud, and then it's like they dumped it,
That's you can say about most Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
feuds.
agreed.
Like
Agreed.
he's the one that makes it mystical.
Well, promo-wise,
spooky.
yeah.
Well, he's also like he's the one that justifies why they're feuding, right?
Yeah.
He'll explain why
Right.
I don't like you or
Right.
why we're in conflict. But I'd also give it a C plus, and it was to me it exceeded my expectations. But I honestly kind of had low expectations.
Yeah.
So it's nice again when something over delivers from what you expect. So that's kind of was the case for me with this. So I enjoyed it, and again, they also made it make sense, and I guess it's supposed to build the intrigue for Backlash. So like Mr. Sinclair said, mission accomplished on multiple fronts. So that leads us to the main event, which was kind of I kind of found myself the day of realizing that this is the match I was looking forward to the most, because it's kind of was one of those things where to me it felt like there was two roads that were kind of like forking that they could have taken, and they pretty much emphatically went
You're
Yeah,
right.
in one
Correct.
direction, yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty much, you know what it reminded me of almost? It reminded me of Brock Lesnar and John Cena at SummerSlam, because
16
it was such an
times.
emphatic
Yeah.
like declaration of dominance and of like, yo, this is what we're giving you guys now. This is what you want, right? Like, it's almost like they were sacrificing Roman Reigns.
I mean,
like
you heard the
gladiator
crowd.
style,
You heard the crowd.
Yeah,
And
the
we
crowd
can
was
say
sick.
this.
Even
the crowd is a bunch of people like us.
Well, this is my
real
question.
fans,
So
but-
we're about to ask the same thing then.
Okay.
So my question is, well, it's almost two-part. So they're say they are sacrificing Roman Reigns to Braun Strowman. Is this going to be one of those things where the crowd's just happy because anyone's beating up Roman Reigns, or is this going to translate to get Braun Strowman over?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I say
Strowman's a
both.
good dude.
Or is the novelty of Braun Strowman going to wear off?
See,
No.
I don't know what
And it
they're
is a
doing.
black limo when he pulled up. I think it's a white limo.
I
at the
think-
house.
I think,
But anyway, go ahead.
I think that depending on how they book Braun, because again, this match was 11 minutes 40 something seconds. I mean, again,
11:50 official.
yes. So, who was theoretically next in line for Braun? To me personally, is Brock.
Lesnar. Yeah,
He's
Brock
already-
Lesnar.
he's
So
already
what's
made
going
that
again?
statement.
Again,
He just proved it.
And the way that they've made him look so strong tonight, that
And we've seen Brock get destroyed before by somebody.
Goldberg, yeah.
I mean, but was somebody that he maybe he overlooked.
So do you
Yeah.
think so? Okay, so if it's looking like that is Brock, and it's going to be Brock and Braun, and that's what we agree on, how do they approach it? Is it going to be like? Is there going to be a traditional good guy bad guy dynamic? In
No,
this? Or
Nope.
is
it's just gonna be two monsters. Yeah,
It's
two
gonna
Paul's
be-
gonna be
the
putting a
excitement
promo.
of
You
the
enjoy
two-
the
dude,
attraction.
Yes.
Paul will-
Exactly.
So it's like watching the car
Exactly.
crash.
Paul will cut a promo and Braun will interrupt. And once Braun interrupts, that's when you call it the eye of the beast. And then it's like, hey.
We've seen them tease this before where Braun's interrupted Paul Heyman. And,
But now Braun wants the title.
And
He's
now
made
he
it
has
clear.
a reason.
Yeah.
I beat the man.
Yeah,
he has
the
a
guy.
good
Heyman
reason.
Heyman and Lesnar have a reason to pay attention to Strowman now.
Well, because I enjoyed the fact that Braun was thoughtful enough to kind of like just be like, "Yo, I'm here," and then he backed up when Undertaker and Roman Reigns and him showed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he showed
Right.
he was thinking. So wow. Well, let's talk about the match itself. Then it wasn't really a spectacular back and forth
No.
affair, but
A couple good spots. Yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah, it was entertaining. I wish it had been a little bit longer. I didn't like how.
it was like 13 minutes.
I didn't like how short.
But
Because
it's
again,
11 minutes.
But
actually,
it's a
yeah.
Braun
About 12.
Strowman vicious beatdown. Like how
Yeah,
would
man,
you expect
but-
the guy to get beat up, man.
but your main eventing.
And that also doesn't count the entrance time. That doesn't count introductions. That doesn't count the post.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the pure match. I'm talking about the pure match.
No,
And
I agree.
again,
but, okay, Goldberg Brock Lesnar was like 3 minutes.
and I didn't care for that either.
Well,
Again,
Also, that match, Reigns came out. I don't know if you were finna say
exactly.
that. He came out
Banned
his stuff, yeah.
So,
So
he's
that's what I'm
playing the
saying.
kayfabe.
So yeah. I just again.
And Reigns started the match. He gave it all he got. He ran out of
Yeah.
gas 6-7 minutes
He
in.
hit him with a spear.
Yeah.
He
did
with,
what he-
3-4
yeah.
Superman punches.
It just can't put him down.
But
I
it
picked
just,
Roman to win.
me
he-
too.
but he wasn't healthy.
I picked
I
Braun.
really wanted
Braun.
Roman Reigns to come out strong and give Roman Reigns the beat down in the fight.
See, I thought Braun was going. I thought Braun was
and
going to.
Roman get the W and then continue this feud. But we see WWE went the opposite direction because it's so cool to hate on.
I thought Braun was going to beat him down to the point where they're going to stop the match and there's going to be no
All
contest.
right, but I
so-
mean that's almost so overplayed at this point with Braun. It's like you have to pick.
But he's
and
an
choose
injured superstar, and I
when
want
you have
to
to
destroy
smash
you.
people because Braun can't just smash everybody. He's not Goldberg.
That's what he's been doing the whole. That's his whole aura.
Well, then they built him to the point now where he's about to run into the one guy.
The one
where
he can't
on
smash,
paper he
apparently.
can't. Yeah, on paper
Exactly.
he can't. So
Exactly.
that's going to be the intrigue. Then. So we're all in agreement that that's the next thing for Braun. Then.
Yes.
So
Yeah, the
what's
only next thing.
what's next for Roman then? KP, what do you think?
A little
is
time
he
off.
Taking time off? What do you
Little
think?
Yeah, I would like to see.
Especially with the family issues he got going on.
That's true. That might be what this is too. That might be related. I mean, we'll never know, but that might be interrelated. You know, they can rewrite stuff on the fly. What do
Yeah.
you think, Stevie Boy?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'd like to see Roman Reigns still stay in the main event, but he's gonna slowly. I think
So yeah, we'll throw something out there then. If you want
I mean,
to stick around,
I don't
he
see.
can't wrestle himself.
Yeah, I don't see
He
who he's
can't
gonna.
go through the
I mean,
roast
he could maybe feud with Miz, but it looks like Finn Balor's about to feud with Miz. He could feud with Ambrose. Anybody.
Are we should we see a reprise of Bray Wyatt Roman Reigns? Are they going to stay away from that?
I don't think
I
so.
hope they
No.
stay away from
I
it.
think
No, they're
I think
going
the
to
best
do it.
option.
I
is
enjoyed
to
that,
let
but I hope
Roman
they
take
stay
Roman
away
off the radar for a little while. And
Yeah, I
cool
think
off.
that's what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
And then when they bring him back, the crowd might actually be happy to see him.
Have to disagree, my man. I'm sorry. We just
Who do you want? Who do you?
I mean, we just talked
Arther.
about how he got the rub from taking her out. I don't mean to sound heartless, but I mean, this can't be your yard.
This is his punishment
This
for
can't-
taking the Undertaker out. Almost. The fans wanted
this is not. No.
to see this.
This can't be your yard, and then you not be in your yard. Like, again,
I mean, you cannot be.
Well, he's the dog. He's the big. He's the dog of the yard.
but you are the bigger dog. You said you were the bigger dog.
Strowman's
I mean, again.
You said you were again until a bigger dog showed up.
Strowman's the hungriest dog.
Because it was like literally during a promo about him retiring the Undertaker that Braun threw him like off of a ledge, like.
But
strapped to
I don't see him leaving again and taking time off.
Okay. So what's next? Then?
He has to come back and
He's gonna right back at Braun?
defend.
So him and Braun, then you think are going to be the immediate future for?
Oh yeah, for Brian. But then I think Lesnar and Strowman are done is after this. I think this has to continue. I don't see how this is your yard, and just I'm gonna take that. Yeah,
because I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Paul Heyman show up tomorrow, and then it was Paul and Braun Strowman.
That's the first.
What do you think, Mr. McGee? What's next for Roman Reigns, the big dog?
He takes time off, and I see the next feud is Brock Lesnar
For who?
with Strowman.
Okay, so like you mean tomorrow night?
Like you said, Paul Heyman.
Monday Night Raw?
I could see Roman taking off and then coming back and cutting a glorious promo, but we'll see.
Okay, so overall, Payback the show, I enjoyed it. Some of the things I wouldn't have booked the ending the way they were, but overall, I think everyone went out and tried.
they tried their hardest, man.
Yeah, and that's
all you can try. That's all you
you
can
ask for, man. And I mean, a lot of the matches were
there were
getting entertaining.
there were no injuries. I mean, besides the
two
parties. Yeah, I mean, there was no like major injuries. So that's always a good thing to not see anybody.
And before we wrap this up, I know we missed the Miz, so let's touch on the Miz TV segment. Right, it was Finn Balor was a special guest. Mm-hmm. And everyone pretty much felt like, at least around here, for the most part, that someone was going to interfere and kind of interrupt. But no, it wasn't the case. It pretty much was. It felt like Miz talked the whole segment to the end. Finn Balor rebutted, and then he kind of said, "I can't do an Irish accent," but he said that Miz almost wasn't even worth the beatdown, right?
Right. Yeah, one more time.
And then go ahead and take over and and what happened after that?
Well, Miz is basically like, Finn's like, you're not worth my time, Miz. Miz gets on the mic. Crazy, angry Miz. Oh, you come back here right now, Finn Balor. You turn his music off. He doesn't deserve it. What happens, Miz, when you talk like that? You get kicked in the face, bro. And that's what happened.
You got kicked in the face.
But he lose
swing blade, huh? If I could, I want to change it up just a little bit before we get out of here.
Okay.
I want you guys, I'm going to name off all these guys that wrestled. It was the realest guys in the room, the club, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Austin Aries, Neville, the Hardys, Cesaro, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. No major part-timers. Yes, Cesaro. My bad. I'm sorry. But so guys, that was, I think that is showing WWE has
first time since
in a while
the December pay-per-view, because even like Survivor Series had Goldberg and Lesnar.
Okay, so with that
shows faith in
so who was your
the biggest name was Randy
champs of the night?
Champs of the night?
Mine was Austin Aries.
Mine would be Alexa Bliss. I picked Alexa Bliss.
Alexa and Jeff Hardy were the two that jumped.
Mine are the Hardy
Jeff
Boys.
Hardy is the champ
Hardy
for
Boys.
taking that.
Yes. Alexa and Jeff Hardy.
The Hardy Boys.
Were the two that jumped in my head immediately.
I thought about the Hardy Boys, but they've already proved their worth. I mean,
they're back all in.
They just did,
They're back all in, man. They took the blood out.
Yeah.
Blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hardy Boys.
Who'd y'all think?
I saw
that was my phone.
Austin Aries.
Okay.
I think I was coming out. I think he had a very, very good showing.
So you went with
the Hardys.
Hardys, Alexa Bliss, Aries,
Hardys.
It's
Hardy
Hardy and Alexa.
Jeff Hardy and Alexa.
Jeff Hardy.
And we're sawing the trophy in half of them.
So it's a 3-way split.
It's Jeff Bliss. That's the new tag team.
No, just Jeff.
Jeff.
I'm with Jeff and Lord. Matt.
It's crazy to me because
Matt doesn't get any love for getting busted open.
No,
it really
here.
looks like the airplane spin thing gave him the bleeding eye, man. It just shocked me.
It might
It
have.
did. It pushed all his blood to the surface.
Matt Hardy's held together by paper clips.
Matt, we know he's broken. So
that's version 2 or 3, right? So that was WWE Payback, and next up it's going to be WWE Backlash. And hopefully you guys like this, because if so, we're going to keep doing this. The pay-per-view reaction shows. It'd be nice if we could even just do like a live one day, right?
Oh yeah, all day.
Hopefully, you guys keep subscribing and
subscribe, listen, comment, follow.
At ChampIsHereShow, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We're pretty much gonna be out here.
At ChampIsHereShow.
At ChampIsHereShow.
At ChampIsHereShow.
At ChampIsHereShow.
What are we?
The strongest brand in the land.
And make sure to tune in Friday. We're gonna drop our next episode, full episode.
Tune in.
At ChampIsHereShow.